Oh baby. Oh baby, here we go. Here we go. Today is going to be a fun stream. I think that's for sure. So let's get the video going. All right. Now we're here. Not my usual setup, but that's all right. Not the usual spot, but damn, if you haven't seen already, I've kicked the hornet's nest on Twitter in regards to the BBBYQ crowd. So you may have seen that Pulte has decided that he wanted to fly out the whole crew, right? I would call them the BBBYQ elitist, or I don't know. We need to come up with a better name to call them, right? Because they like calling me a GME elitist, individual such as myself, and that's all right, right? We're gonna go through some pretty hilarious comments. I really find it all comical, and I was just saying what I mean. Like anybody that knows me and has watched this channel knows I don't normally make videos like the one I posted on Twitter, but genuinely hearing this like just made my blood boil. I'm like, why would you do this? Why? You fly out the whole PPC's crew, right? That's fine. I don't even have a problem with that part of it. It's the idea that if you're a Pulte, you understand there are rumors going around that like you're involved in this triple mega super quadra merger and like you're playing into the ideas. And what I say in this video is great power comes great responsibility. So you have the responsibility with that kind of power and influence. Of course, you're giving money away to people. Like people are going to be then influenced by you and follow you and watch what you're doing. And when you have nonsense like that going around about the super triple quadra mega merger that's supposedly happening, and then you go on that show and start encouraging it or just making it like, oh, well, I believe, Ryan Cohen, I don't know anything. I don't know anything. That's what he's saying. Don't just listen to me. But he's making like, it's truly giving me a headache just even thinking about it, talking about it. And the issue is he's telling people on the PP show right now, live or before, he was saying, donate $500 and then you can meet me. Like it's the ultimate grift. Like it boils my blood that people are donating like their hard-earned money for the PP show for like, do you know what I mean? Like for a guy that's promoting a company that's literally going to have its shares extinguished approximately September 30th, right? We're about 5 days away from that. And some of the comments are hilarious. People are saying I'm jealous of the PP show. I'm good. I don't need any of Bill Pulte's money or anything like that, right? Like I'm chilling. I'm happy where I'm at. I've kept it real since day one, and I'm gonna continue to keep it real, right? Like I am just honestly, truly bamboozled that this is going on this long, right? Like we've gotten to a point where, and read this right here if you're just joining, if we've gotten to a point where people are so caught up in their like how do I put this? The fact that they're so fed up about the mechanics of the market and that there are truly a lot of shady things going on behind the scenes, right? And just the way our markets function, there's a lot of issues, right? I'm not doubting that, but what's going on is it's being reversed engineered to the point where people are so focused on that instead of seeing what's right in front of them. A Chapter 11 bankrupt company who's already sold off the name of Bed Bath & Beyond, already sold off the name of Bye Bye Baby. Like, oh yeah, it's the secret stalking horse bid, the triple quadra super mega merger, because Ryan Cohen's been working with Carl Icahn behind the scenes, and they are these insane stretches where I'm like, I just like GameStop. I just like what's going on with the company's financials, and then like all of the comments too. If you notice, it's always a personal insult or, "Well, GameStop's not doing anything either. What has GameStop done?" Like, but they're not bankrupt. They're not bankrupt. Like, read this. The company has no preferred shares issued or outstanding. It has 782 million shares of common stock issued and outstanding on July 20th, 2023. On the effective date of the plan, all of these shares will be canceled, released, and extinguished, and will be no further force or effects pursuant to the plan. The company anticipates the plan will become effective on or about September 30th, 2023. And again, I said this in the video, and I'm going to play it in a minute as everyone's just hopping in here. I have no problem admitting I'm wrong, right? If there is this super triple quadra mega super merger with Ryan Cohen, Carl Icahn, Bed Bath, GameStop, Teddy, this, that, right? If this is truly happening, I'll admit it, right? I'll say, wow, I was wrong. I can't believe that happened. But what will Salvatore say? What will Pepe say? What will Pulte say? What will all of these different accounts that have been saying, my unwavering conviction of Bed Bath & Beyond, what will they say if they're wrong? That's my question. That's all I'm asking. And that's what I asked in this video, and not a single person responded with that, right? And by the way, also, like I'm trying to say everything at once, and I'm trying to keep it as in order as I can. Marantz literally explained to Pulte right here in this video that I tweeted out exactly what he believed to be going on with Bed Bath & Beyond and just a lot of the things surrounding mechanics of the market. Just explained a lot of stuff, right? Go hear it for yourself. Don't take it from me. And then after this, Pulte decides, yeah, I'm going to go on the PP show and become a regular guest at a time where this company's going bankrupt. Hate to say it, but kind of sounds like he's trying to push people towards Pulte Holmes, right? It's the grifter crew. It's like, what better crew to pull from? I saw somebody actually replied that to my tweets, and I'm like, yeah, that's probably what's happening, right? Maybe, we always joking around, like the next GameStop's GME, and then it's like there was AMC supposedly it, then Bed Bath was supposedly it, and all these different names, right? Maybe the next GME is Pulte Holmes, right? They have to start throwing it in with some of these different names. We'll see, right? But oh man, it's gonna be fun to read these comments. So let me just get the chat on my phone here, because I don't have the tablet on the side today. But good for you, people. You want to get your views, you want to grift. Like if this is how you want to live your life, like so be it. Like so be it. It is what it is, right? Like that's all I can really say. And I don't normally do this, but like it just boils my blood when you have a guy with the kind of influence Pulte does, and he's telling people, yeah, donate $500 to this guy who's telling you about a pipe dream that doesn't even exist, right? And also, I want to show you something about the Salvatore account, which his response is kind of the funniest. He was like, "Pulte is cool as fuck." Yeah, sure. But all right, we'll just start going through them, and then I'll show you on Salvatore's page where he says, "My unwavering conviction of this and that." Like you're speaking such confidence, right? That's the funniest part to me too about all these BBBYQ people and individuals, right? And again, you can think what you want, but they're saying like, "Oh, unwavering conviction. It's no doubt about it." And you have individuals such as myself, right? And not that every individual on both sides of the table or in the middle are all the same in any way, but I'm like, okay, I just like the stock. I'm going to present to you some information that I find interesting and that has my interest. They're like, "Oh, well, it's this because of this one tweet that time, because of that one thing." Like, it's just such a stretch. And I'm just presenting simple information. Like, there's a huge difference in my opinion. But Alina, thank you for being here. Hello from Canada. Hello. Jay, let's go. Thanks for being here. It's a wild day. GME for life, Crib dances all over bedroom. Meagle, thanks for being here. Yeah, the BBY dumpster fire has been entertaining. Loki acting like a literal cult flying out, looking like they have a suicide pact. LOL. It's crazy, Meagle. It's crazy. What's up, team? Jacksons, thanks for being here. Pulte's a total grifter. He's following whatever attention he could get. I'm trying to get some brand recognition so people buy Pulte homes, which suck, by the way. Scott, yeah. I mean, that's what it seems like, right? Like just building up the names. And he was saying on there, because I just caught parts of it, "Oh, people have been asking me, what is this PP show thing you're on?" It's like, if you're Pulte, why would you want to align, like, right, in an alternate universe where you don't know anything about GameStop or Bed Bath & Beyond? If you just hear that this company's filed Chapter 11 bankruptcy, why would that be who you want to align yourself with? Like, it just makes no sense to me. My only focus is GME and physical metals. Alina, I think that's the way, honestly. But of course, everyone's got to make their own individual decisions. I'm not here to give financial advice. I'm just here to shine light on the fact, hey, this company is preparing to remove their pink sheet shares, and they've already sold off the name of Bed Bath & Beyond. They've already sold off Bye Bye Baby. And like the idea that this is being pushed so hard to people that are like, what I see it as is there's so many individuals out there right now that are struggling and just looking for an opportunity, right? And are frustrated with the system as a whole, not just the stock market. They're frustrated with how everything is, how everything's just so ass backwards in this world right now, right? And they're reverse engineering this idea of fighting back against the shorts into a name that's completely bankrupt. Like, it's crazy. Like, I can't believe this. I thought for sure it would be done by this point, right? There's no way this could go on this long with the PP Clown show, right? Which, by the way, he puts on his thing, open debate platform. I've never talked to him in my life, and I'm blocked on Twitter. So somebody explain that one to me. I find that pretty funny. Salvatore Costa, the dude that was harassing women in his DMs, they're all grifters. Been buying some GME shares while the price is low. Maybe even more looping. Scott, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. Always do what's best for you. And let's go Tetron. JP, thanks for being here. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy what's going on right now. Like, I can't believe this. Like, read this, people. Read. The company has no preferred shares issues or outstanding, and has 782 million shares of common stock issued and outstanding as of July 20th, 2023. And the effective date of the plan, all of these shares will be canceled, released, extinguished, and will no further force or effect pursuant to the plan. The company anticipates the plan will become effective on or about September 30th, 2023. And read the rest of this. It's all public information. Treatment. Intercompany interest shall be canceled, released, and extinguished as of the effective date and will be of no further force or effect. The holders of intercompany interest will not receive any distribution on account such intercompany interest. So you just type in the word extinguish and it literally tells you everything you need. But if you feel like it, you could read all 148 pages line by line and we'll tell you exactly what's going on. Treatment. Each allowed interest in BBB, Bed Bath & Beyond, shall be canceled, released, and extinguished, and will be of no further force or effect, and no holder of interest in BBB shall be entitled to any recovery or distribution under the plan on account of such interest. Again, I'll say what I said at the start of this stream. I will admit I'm wrong. If there's this triple super mega quadra merger that's supposedly happening with Carl Icahn and Ryan Cohen and Teddy and GameStop and Bed Bath & Beyond and all these other bankrupt companies and this and that, right? So be it. I'll admit I'm wrong, right? I'm a fool. But my question is, these other individuals that are saying there's unwavering conviction of BBBY going to the moon and the squeeze of the shorts. What will you say if that doesn't happen? That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. What will you say? So, I'm glad y'all here. September, thanks for being here. Good to see you. Yeah, it's a fun day. I mean, I didn't even have an exact plan I want to talk about. I started writing them some stuff. And then I'm literally about to leave work and I turn it on. I'm like, I got to see this about Pulte and flying them out. Like, what is going on here with the PB Clown Show? And I turn it on, and this guy's like, $500. Everybody donate $500 right now. And next 5 people to donate $500 to PP can come meet me. 2 more, give me 2 more. What the heck? Like, PP, enjoy your grifter money, right? Enjoy your grifter money. How are you going to sleep in the future knowing you absolutely screwed people all just for a quick buck? It's just morally wrong, and I just don't like what I'm seeing. That's why I feel like I have to talk about it. Like, it's genuinely making my blood boil that this idea is being pushed for this long when it's like, you see what I'm saying, guys? Where it's like they're using the idea of individuals being frustrated monetarily and frustrated with the system of the market and how its structure is, and weaponizing it and making people buy into something that's literally bankrupt, right? Or encouraging it and creating all these like crazy conspiracy theories. And then on top of it, you have other individuals who are outside of GameStop or Bed Bath just looking in like, wow, yeah, what is all this going on here? So it's like the further forced association of just like, yeah, those meme stocks, I stay away from all that. When GameStop's such a unique thing in itself, they're executing, right? They're close to profitability. They're really working on improving margins. They're changing their product catalog to be based more on a higher margin items. GameStop players on the horizon. There's things happening. What's happening with Bed Bath? Maybe there's this super triple quadra merger. Like, why would you invest for that? It just makes no sense to me. But again, I don't give financial advice, so you could go do your own due diligence. If you say, this is the greatest risk-reward play of my entire lifetime, good luck. That's really what I have to say. Again, I'll admit when I'm wrong, but I'm very, very curious that of what Pulte, Salvatore, PP Seeds, Kylo Zen, all these different characters, right, that have been pushing BBBYQ hard. What are you going to say if it doesn't work out? Are you going to admit you're wrong? That's all I'm asking, right? That's all I'm asking. Everybody's scared, so I'm buying. Tetron your mistake is thinking they have a conscience. Grifters have no morality, no idea of right or wrong. I think you're right, Scott. Unfortunately, I think you're right. But I'm going to quickly play the video that I put up, and I'll let you guys think what you want of it and see, like, literally everything's blowing up right now. Like, this tweet is absolutely blowing up. But I'm going to play it, and then I'm going to go through some of the reactions and then just comment on it. Because it's happening too fast. I can't even reply to everything, and there's so much nonsense, and I've said what I need to say. I don't need to go on and on about it, but I'll play the video without further ado. And let me know if you guys can't hear it for some reason. I think you should be able to, though.
Pulte has, with great power comes great responsibility. And Bill Pulte has great power and influence. And I cannot believe that he's encouraging individuals right now on the PP Live show, which, by the way, he paid to fly them out to his office, and he's encouraging them to donate $500, individuals that are watching the stream, for a meet and greet with him, and talking about how all the plays need to come together and it's all the same battle, just playing into this narrative, right? The same old one that's been rinsed and repeated a million times of, oh, we all have to unite in fighting back against the shorts. Absolute baloney. I have to ask you this, Bill. If you're going to encourage what you're encouraging with Bed Bath & Beyond, you better have a damn good explanation if those shares get delisted. I want to know it. And Salvatore, PP Seeds, all these accounts, what are your words going to be if it gets delisted? I have no problem admitting I'm wrong. If there is this super triple mega quadra merger with Carl Icahn and Bed Bath and this and that, I'll eat my words, right? I have no problem admitting I'm wrong. But what will you say to all the individuals that you've been asking for money and just going on and on with this grift? Like, it's unbelievable. I can't believe Bill Pulte's doing this. I can't believe it's come to this. Literally, the shares are not even going to be extinguished. Do you know what extinguished means? And again, if I'm wrong, I'll admit it. I have no problem, right? But to me, it's just not right that you use your power and your influence
and your
to
platform,
shift people in this certain way and then capitalize off of their hard-earned money. Of course, individuals have to make their own decisions, right? So be it.
Truth.
But I just can't believe what I'm seeing. I'm a GME elitist, and I'm goddamn proud of it.
I think that last slide really got people too. They're like, oh, GME elitist, right? Like, that's probably it. But now for the fun part. Let's get to the comments. And JP says, when's the next Marantz Rants collab? Not soon enough, Joe. Not soon enough. But honestly, might have to hit him up after this and be like, let's do one on September 30th and the shares get canceled. And you can highlight the exact details of it. But just watch this. David, thanks for being here. Thanks for rewatching if you took the moment for that. But let's get to the comments. This is where the fun starts, right? So I don't even know if everything's going to load. Like, they're literally coming in like way too fast. I'm not even used to this, right? But again, just speaking my mind, saying what I personally believe. You know, everyone else wants to go put out this baloney. I'm going to tell you how I see it. It's that simple, right? And that's what I did in this video here. So let's get to the comments. First, we have White Rabbit 741. Shout out to him. He's a great follow on Twitter. It says, I am a GME elitist. Fitzy said, well said, bro. Again, shout out to Fitzy. That's my boy. So appreciate you guys. And we'll see what somebody replied to him. People like this are the reason I no longer consider myself a GME elitist. And we're very glad that you don't. Insanity. Thanks for speaking out. Ken Griffin Dow commented that. And Kylo, remember when you posted a picture of you selling GME and buying BBBYQ shares? Let me know how that works out for you. That's all I'm saying. Let's see what else there was on here. Is there more? Yo, shots fired, Tetron, you wild for that video. Meagle, I don't know. Something just came over me today. Like, when I heard him, PP hosting a show, and he has Pulte on there saying, donate 500 to PP. I'm like, what the heck? What the heck? Like, how is this happening? And we're very glad that you don't. I'm not an elitist, but I read filings and take them seriously. 5 days to the impending doom. TikTok, Pulte is cool as fuck. Like, I'm sure Pulte, outside of all this, probably not a bad dude, right? Like, I don't think he's the worst dude in the world, but, or like, going into this, right? I thought he was all right, and I was like, whatever. He just wants to do this thing with PP and whatever. He just wants to, you know, get his name out there, so be it. And I started to see the signs, but, like, this was the straw that broke the camel's back. Like, too much, right? Like, it's just absolutely crazy. And let's go back here. Holy shit, they actually flew that guy's lunatic out there. Even I'll never sell my GMA, but fuck this mess. Yeah, I mean, Seed & Co, at Seed & Co, Bird Bear said it, not me. Pulte's a grifter. Personally, I unfortunately agree, and I didn't want to think that, but when Marantz literally explained to him so much about what's actually truly going on, and then afterwards he decides to start going on the PP show regularly, like, I just don't understand that. He didn't pay. They paid their own way. This is going to age like milk. Laughing my ass off. Mags, I think your tweet's going to age like milk if we're being honest. So I'm really going to come back here and tweet back at you if it doesn't work out. You're just asking for it, if we're being honest. So that's what I have to say about that. I mean, and then here's my buddy, Adam Tang. This guy, I live rent-free in his head. He's in my DMs all the time. Like, that's why I just muted him. I'm like, I can't. This guy literally DMs me like every day, tweets me every day. I'm like, I genuinely feel bad. He's like 40 years old and he has nothing better to do. Like, I'm sorry. Like, what did I like? Do something with your life. Like, I genuinely feel bad for you if you have nothing better to do than consistently come to my tweets and hate on me. It's fine. You could do it. It's going to help my engagement. But, like, I genuinely feel bad for this dude, Adam, and wish him the best of luck and hope he improves his life. And then Citizen says, Teddy will come to your rescue too. Don't worry. Really? Okay, I'll be here waiting, right? If I wouldn't wait on the ocean without a life raft if my life raft was Teddy. Let me just put it to you that way, if that's what this picture is supposed to imply. And then this screenshot, they're eating ice cream. They have a freaking teddy bear running around in the background. Like, it's all literally just a clown show, right? It's the biggest clown show on earth, the PP show. Look at the name. It literally has PP in it. PP is a penis, right? Like, come on. You gotta laugh at that, right? You gotta laugh. And then I'm guessing this all stems from this guy's jealousy of PPC's show. If this has you crying about it now, wait until the people that follow you miss out on Teddy because of your expert advice. Dude, at Yon Dude 2. Number one, I don't give out advice. I'm just sharing my personal opinion, which is also what they're saying on there, right? Like Pulte's like, don't listen to me. I'm just saying what I think. No financial advice. No financial advice. Ha ha ha. But you know, if I had a gun to my head, Ryan Cohen's involved. Ryan Cohen's involved. Like, give me a break. And I am not jealous of PP. I would not sleep well at night if I was grifting people just for a quick buck. If you look at PPC's old Reddit account, everything that was the next play, he used to comment like AMC to 1,000, GameStop to 1,000. Like, he was always just chasing the next play. He's an absolute grifter, historically speaking, to the very day at the end of Bed Bath & Beyond. He's being a grifter. It's all part of the bear trap? Yeah, I think so. It's always been zero a hero? Sure. All right, if you're willing to go to zero, so be it. Tune into the PP show and make your own minds up. Tetron is insecure and weak. Salvatore, you didn't even answer my question. I said, what would you say if you are incorrect? And instead, what does he do? He turns to insults. Like, as we continue to go through the comments, you'll see it's pretty sad to think that I'm 23 years old and I genuinely think I'm more mature than pretty much all of these people. They're not dismissing any of the points I brought up. Rather, they all turn to personal insults. And generally, when there's nothing but personal insults and just, you're an idiot, if you can't explain why, you're probably wrong, right? Like, you're probably just playing on your emotions. You're not really using, like, logic and facts. And then, let's say, he says they'll get extinguished as if we don't already know this. He'll release another video once that happens saying how right he is. Who needs dockets, filings, data, TA, and all the TIN in the world? We have the most obvious indicator of all. People like this dweeb. Moleclaire? I don't even know what your name is. MGAL? What does that even mean? Did you read the AK? Like, did you? Like, look up, like, treatment. Each allowed interest in BBB shall be canceled, released, and extinguished. It will be of no further force or effect, and no holder of interest in BBB shall be entitled to any recovery or distribution under the plan on account of such interest. And just look up the word extinguish. Read the whole thing. What TA? What TA are you referencing? And I'm looking at the filings, and they're telling me the shares are going to be removed. And there's this Sears account. Who the fuck is that guy? Like, that's a classic meme, right? And good for you. You got 21 likes on it. I'm Tetron, baby. I'm here. That's who I am. And then what is this? Freaking bags just putting random stuff. Nobody knows everything, and everyone thinks they do. And Wandering Gale says a great thing. Nah, but filings don't lie. Exactly. United States have donated billions to Ukraine. Stop crying. What does that have to do with this? They fool themselves on their own dime, bud. I don't think so, Jay. I have a very hard time believing that. But if you show me some evidence, I'll believe you, and so be it. Nah, Cloud. Very soon when it's made public that you're wrong, you won't admit it. You may need to admit it in court. How so? I'm just sharing my personal opinion. And then I could say the same about those that are encouraging Bed Bath. I bet all his money's actually tied up in crap, so he has no choice but to work as a devious divider who seeks to quote-unquote unite everyone under a failed cause, which is spread too thin to succeed, profiting shorts and ultimately saving his savings, which they hold. Celebs and wealthy. Yeah, it could be the case, Starry Feathers. It very well could be. It's unfortunate. At least tag Bill. And Bill hasn't told anyone to buy anything. He said it literally on the show. And to add, he's been stressing that none of our communities should be fighting each other. This is exactly what I'm saying, Varlo. It's not communities, right? It's individuals choosing to make their own decisions. And when you have the idea of pushing everyone, oh, we have to all be together, right? We have to all be the same. We have to all unite. Like, Do you see that it's all just a ploy? Because it's actually individuals that just like a stock with GameStop. If you have people jumping from stock to stock, that's the next big thing and the next great way to fight back, right? You just have a cult. And that's really what I personally believe has gone on with Bed Bath & Beyond. GM elitists are as elite as Ken Griffin. Sancta Trinidad? Sure, if that's what you think. Imagine thinking you own Pulte and what he's allowed to do with his time and energy. Jay, I don't. I'm just calling out baloney when I see it. And I see some absolute baloney here, right? Where how can you have the name that you do and great power, with great power comes great responsibility. And you see these people putting out all these nonsense things saying Pulte's involved with Ryan Cohen and Carl Icahn. It's a triple quadra super merger to save everything. And then you go on the PP show, the people that are saying that, and you say, yes, let's have a great show. It's just a discussion. I don't think anything for sure. I'm just saying, if someone's going to do it, it's Ryan Cohen. Like, give me a break. Deep Macho Value, you're not the same as the old Deep Macho Value. Old Deep Macho Value was a GME elitist, and you stole his name. So, next. LOL, it is funny. What did he say? Watch the video and find out. Emotional damage. Deep Macho Value. If you're holding BBYQ, that's what you're going to have. I hate to tell you. Back in the Reddit days of GME, the phrase, quote unquote, not financial advice followed almost every post. Yeah, I'm just sharing my personal opinion, right? And that's just what I think. Prepare to eat your words. Congrats on being part of the problem. Kylo Zen. You don't seem so zen that you have to always, come at people and like, ooh, I'm definitely right because Bed Bath & Beyond, if everyone's talking crap about it, that means it's definitely a real play. Like, that's literally his logic from what I understand, which I just personally find comical. Bro, waving his hands in his Toyota Corolla, I think he's somebody. Nobody knows you, fam. Relax. Bro, I'm not trying to be anybody. I'm just sharing what I see in front of me. That's why I find it so comical. It's like all these personal insults are like, oh, who do you think you are? I'm Tetron, baby. I'm nobody like you. Like, I am unique. I'm not anybody special. I'm not trying to be a financial guru, but PP Seeds is trying to be a financial guru. Oh, the next big play. Blue Rocket Ship says, from my point of view, this play with BBBYQ was made to look like a shit investment on purpose in order to trap shorting hedge funds, to look too absurd to invest into, or to be taken too seriously. Very few have had the balls to hang in there to the end. This is why the reward will be so big for holders. Okay, Blue Rocket Ship, you've clearly made up your mind. I wish you the best of luck. Dude, you lost me a GME elitist. What the hell does that even mean? If I lost you a GME elitist, that means you watched the whole video. I didn't say I was a GME elitist till the very end. And it means I just love GameStop and I'm not going, like, let me be very clear. When I say I'm a GME elitist, it doesn't mean I'm never going to look at another stock in all of my time ever being in the market, right? But I'm never going to look at a company that's on the brink of bankruptcy or is literally just being driven into the ground with just craziness. So there's a difference, right? To me, GME elitist it's the elite of the quote unquote meme stocks. And I didn't even come up with the GME elitist. It's the idea that people that said if you don't like Bed Bath & Beyond or you don't like AMC, you're a GME elitist. So I was like, that's just so stupid. I'm just going to play into it and like I'll just keep talking about it. Yep, well said. Thank you, even Steven. I'm going to get a like for that. This dude is peed off. Why? These people are adults, and if they want to donate, they will donate. If not, they won't. A lot of GME investors invested in BBBYQ. You should be saying if BBBYQ can curb short selling, it will help GME in the future. Pulte wanted to get the word out. No. Voice of the Pittsburgh Pirates. No. I personally completely disagree because I think the true best way to fight back against short sellers is executing, right? Turning a profit and delivering value to shareholders. If you do those things, anybody betting against the company will get burned. It's that simple. It doesn't need to be this group community thing of everybody fight back against the shorts. It has to be the individual company making the right moves to drive forwards, succeed, turn a profit, and then deliver shareholder value. That's how you fight back against the short sellers. Not like, oh, I need to curb this problem. This problem is not going to be solved. If it was going to be solved, it would have been at this point, just from people talking about it, right? And I'm not saying it shouldn't be talked about anymore, and there still are a lot of issues with the market mechanics, but if you're a company that's dealing with it, right? What's the best thing you can do? Deliver value to your shareholders. Encourage individuals to go long by showing them a profitable, successful company that's turned around. And to me, GameStop's the only one that's been able to do that. And sorry, in the process of doing that, right? I won't say they've done it yet. There's still a long way to go. It's a long journey. But where's Bed Bath, AMC, and all these other names right now in comparison? And compare them on a long-term chart. That kind of tells you the whole story. I'm not sure. All right, before I continue, I'll hit the chat real quick on the YouTube. Tetron, people going to criticize you. Remember, even Marantz and his crew, don't DRS, have had many words in private and in public. Motherfuckers still think brokerage accounts are safe. If you can't understand what DRS is or does, didn't earn the money. Scott, I see what you're saying. Yeah, and I'm ready to catch shit. You know, I understand in doing this, like, I kicked the hornet's nest. Absolutely. But I felt like for the few people out there that are still like not exactly sure what's going on, I just wanted to share my personal viewpoint, right? So that I'm just sharing what I think. BBBY is sad to witness. Exactly, September. Broker account holders are going to get toasted. Pulte's a cock. Sarah Dilly, thanks for being here. Thanks for popping in. What's good, retail family? Much love. God bless. The retail investors always last to know. Yeah, exactly. Owning the float. I mean, it's just crazy what's going on, right? Like, it's actually crazy that it's gone this far. But let's keep reading here on these comments because they are comical. Get your facts straight before you post this ridiculousness. Bill didn't pay their expenses to go all down there and do the show. They went and set up everything on their own dime. People could support whoever and whatever they want. Daphne, you're absolutely right. They can. But when you have rumors of the triple quadra super mega merger that's supposedly happening and Pulte's name's being thrown around in there, and then he just encourages, he's like, yeah, I'll do a show with you guys. And then he's saying, yeah, donate all this money to PP Seeds when he's driving people to a company that has already filed bankruptcy, that in its filings are saying, we are going to extinguish our shares. I just don't think that's morally right. I'm just saying it. And I feel like I want to say that. Just same way he wants to shout from the rooftops that Teddy's the next big thing, the triple quadra super merger. I'm saying this is baloney. That's my perspective. And if he can shout from the rooftops, so can I. GME is done now too. Cohen under SEC investigation. Microsoft buys Activision and plans on moving all game releases to online. That article was just recycled from about 1 year ago. And again, if you look back on it, evidently the board of Bed Bath & Beyond did not want to listen to Ryan Cohen's suggestions and where he wanted to take the company. So he sold, right? They weren't wanting to work with him and execute on some of his ideas. So what did they do? He sold. He left, right? It doesn't mean that he was like pump and dumping. And that's what I hated about the CNBC documentary that was put out, where they basically just painted this picture that he was just getting the title of meme king just to screw over the Bed Bath & Beyond investors, right? Crazy. You, my friend, are focusing on the symptom, not the cause. The cause is market malpractice, which has been historically documented by decent humans. I mean, retail investors. I've been hard since '08, and there's millions of us. It's over. We win. Pay up. Big Dad, what does that even mean? You sound like a bot. Imagine investing on a single stock and dismiss everyone else's point of view in all other stocks. You might as well be a super stock bot. Clown. It's hilarious when Pulte supported GME. It's all good in the hood. Now that support other stocks, GME elitists are crying about it. No, it's about the idea of I hold both being further pushed to the masses. And that's to me just crazy because GameStop and Bed Bath & Beyond are just not the same. And Bed Bath & Beyond has sold off its rights to Overstock.com. Overstock.com rebranded the Bed Bath & Beyond, and they sold Bye Bye Baby to Dream On Me, another company. So, again, I've said it many times in this stream. I said it in my original video. I'll admit if I'm wrong. I have no problem saying that. But what about all the other people that are saying there's this unwavering conviction for BBBYQ? Will they admit they're wrong? That's all I'm asking. Are you even a shareholder? Because I am, and I'm okay. BBBYQ going away. Good for you, EB. Ryan Cohen is more than GameStop. If he if he is involved, this video will be remembered. My advice is stay humble and see the end result. Sheik, I will stay humble. Like I said, if I'm wrong, I'll admit it, and I will see what happens with the end result. And then I am going to come back to this tweet and look at all these names and go, "Why are you mad, bro? Basically, no one can buy BBBY right now." Dusty, it just annoys me to see the grift. The grifting just annoys me. Shut up, Thomas. Thanks for watching the video. Damn, I can't even keep up as they were flying in. Let's see what we got here. GIF. Wow, you're a fucking joke. Boom. Victor from California. Just because you got on CNBC one time and told Jim Cramer, boom, shorts never closed. Doesn't mean anything, right? It doesn't mean anything. That was funny at the time, but totally agree with you. Polting the PP show or grifting the retail investor. Crazy times we live in. Only one idiotic risk. GME. Mangaloricious, you said it, not me. But you look like someone who A, would refer to themselves as an elitist, B, live in your parents' basement still, C, have never known the soft touch of a woman, and D, that mustache, bro, hilarious. Incel vibes. Yorick, what the heck is that name? I don't even know. But again, another example of not dismissing the ideas presented in the video or just saying, no, it's because this and this. Just go to personal insults. So evidently, you don't really have a strong argument. September 30th can't come soon enough, for real. Clown Capital, LLC. Elon Tusk, you're talking about a stock like it's your favorite sports team or something. It ain't that deep, bruh. I guess not, Elon Tusk. I don't know. Soy boy having a soy tantrum over stock he isn't invested in, a person he has no connection with. Move on. Has Cohen ever liked any of your dumb tweets? Tavis, commenting twice? He didn't pay them to go out there, clown boy. Keep pee-pee out your mouth. Do your own research, plebe. Okay, Bob, so be it. But also to just drop everything and go out there, don't you think that's a little bit weird, even if they did pay for things? You fell from a car, just wear a t-shirt, bro. I was coming from work, and I had to get the video out quick. Everything was happening fast. GME is the only play. Shut the fuck up. That's not even what I said. I'm just saying, Bed Bath & Beyond's a bunch of baloney. Every Doge has its day. You sound like a whiny little bitch. Why don't you worry about your own money and keep your pasty little face out of stocks you're not invested in? Again, another example of personal attacks, which to me just shows there's no true argument, right? And it's just the idea of trying to get me rattled. And I'm not. Like, you're giving me the impressions, you're boosting this post, and it's going to be seen by the masses, right? And, Pulte, you're making your own individual decisions, right? You can do what you want at the end of the day. It is what it is. Just the same way you're saying, well, I'm just saying what I think. So am I, bro. So am I. I'm saying what I think. And what I think you're doing is baloney. I think you're honestly trying to just get people to really get behind Pulte home stock and just be like, oh, this is the next big thing. Invest in Pulte, right? And if you want to do that, that's fine. But just understand then you should be ready for any criticism of any potential fallout in being involved with Bed Bath & Beyond. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And again, just the same way PP's sharing his opinions, Salvatore sharing his opinions. Everyone's sharing their opinions, right? So am I. So I find it funny, how it's a double-edged sword. But let's see. Daphne's a friend from another stream. She also fell into the AMC BBY trap. Pretty much anyone that aligned with AMC is toxic as fuck. Pierce Scott. BBY is just AMC 2.0. You said it, not me. BBYQ is worse than AMC. They actually generate revenue. Yeah, honestly, I think you're right, Dilly, to be honest. Stop by to say what's up. W Stream Noah. Ryan, thanks for being here, man. I'm absolutely like Rocky in the ring right now, just taking the hits left and right. Boom, boom, boom. Get up, Rock! Get up! And I'm like, bring it on, BBYQists. Always got a weird vibes from Pulte. Yeah, David, honestly, I thought he was a good dude to start. Like, originally, I said, okay, this is interesting. I think it's great he gives away money to people, right? But when you're encouraging people to give money to someone who's just pushing, like, just theories, right? Like, I'm not asking for money, too. This is what I want to be very clear about. I'm not asking anybody for money. So there's a huge, everyone's saying, oh, why are you saying this? Why do you care? Because it's just what I think and it's just what I see. Why are they saying it and why do they care? And then they're asking for money. You see what I'm saying? Also to say, fuck PP Seeds. You said it, Ryan, not me. Victor's also a BBY shill. Yep, unfortunately so, Scott. Uranium Fever says GameStop profitable Q3 inbound. I think you're absolutely right, Uranium. I really do, especially with that one-time gain that's going to be recognized for the sale of the Euro property. So that could be definitely helpful to it. I supported him. He liked a number of my tweets, such memes, but he blocked me when I kindly showed him all of Kaz's deleted YouTube videos, which show him doxing and stalking Ryan Cohen. Damn. Yeah, that's the thing too. Anytime it seems like people have tried to say, "Hey, Pulte, like you might want to see this," block, which is like, why? Wow, Victor from California really dug in deep after that phone call with Kramer. Exactly, David. What's up, Tetron? Chad, thanks for being here. Hope you're doing well. Victor from California, he came into our Spaces call prior to his appearance and asked us what to say. We had never seen him before. In retrospect, seems orchestrated. Yeah, honestly, I was thinking that, Dilly. I was low key like, where did this Victor from California guy go? Where did he come from? And if he was asking beforehand, how did he know, right? Like, I've been in touch with Nathan from Florida from when he was on there. He was at an event at his college and just asked on the spot. And he actually told me he wanted to change his question at the last second, but they told him, "Sorry, we already prepared like the infographic and everything for it." So his was much more genuine than Victor's, in my opinion. The personal attacks from BBY people is part of the psychological path. Uh, yeah, psychological path. They're at denial/fight. Exactly, Scott. And also, I think it's partly to just deter an individual such as myself from speaking my mind. Like, oh my God, I don't want these people to say things about me, but I don't care. I can take it, right? I can take it. Just remember, never react to the haters. Your opinion is just that. If they don't like it, not your issue. Exactly, Lena. Exactly. So that's why I wanted to put out this video. And like, I'm not really replying to the comments. I'm not going to go on and on about this. I'm just saying what I think. And again, just the same way, people that are extremely, extremely bullish on Bed Bath and Beyond Q, right? BBBYQ. I'm extremely, extremely thinking it's not going to work out, right? That's just what I'm saying. It's my personal opinion. Just the same way they have the personal opinion of this is the best thing since fire, right? Since a light bulb. This is crazy. I think it's absolute baloney. And that's just what I think. What are you doing today? I'm John Lacey. Thanks for being here. Hope you're doing well. You should definitely check out my video on Twitter and everything that's been going on there if you haven't already. Dilly says he came in randomly an hour before he went on. He's never been one of our calls before. It's 100% orchestrated. I also was confused why they didn't screen his call with all the Kramer hate they have to do that. Very good point, Dilly. Very good point. And in hindsight, now that you're saying all this and like looking at it all, it's like, wow, it seems pretty interesting, right? And it's really, really interesting how all this is kind of orchestrated in a weird way. And the I hold both idea is just consistently pushed in creative ways, such as a character's that is Victor from California, right? I find it to be interesting, at least. What's up, Tetron? Stay fired up. Fitzy, thanks for being here, man. It's been quite the afternoon, that's for sure. I haven't been off like social media since like 5 o'clock. Like I got to my car, I'm like, what the heck is going on? He also told us the story of how they contacted him, and that story was sus. That does sound weird. My opinion, AMC was an AA con. It was a strategic pump and dump. Very well seems like it could have been Alina, and then he sold shares, right? And then he was like, oh, I had to for retirement, right? But if you thought your company was going to do well, you wouldn't have cared, right? If you were going to retire, you wouldn't be in a rush to sell them if you thought they were going to go up in value. It just didn't make any sense either. He got instant credibility from the community. Yeah, Dilly, in hindsight, it definitely was a great way to give him that credibility, right? Or a great thing that could have been orchestrated, allegedly, right? Allegedly. But in hindsight, it's like, who is Victor from California? And suddenly he loves BBBYQ? Like, that's odd. uh, brought up some good games at GameStop. Bought some good games at GameStop the other day. Got Death Stranding finally. Nice, Uranium. Happy for you. I just picked up Charger the other day. It was like a Mandalorian helmet. I already had like the Millennium Falcon charger, like you place your phone on it. And then this is the same type of thing. It's just a nice universal charger to have. And then since it was on clearance and it was buy one get two free, I got two other random items too. So name a better deal than that. Adam Aaron made 20 million in 2020 when shit was shut down. No one talks about that. Great point, Dill. Yes, another great point. You're spitting fire in the chat. I appreciate you right now. Thank you. But it's just crazy. I can't believe all this. Let's see if there's any new comments. I can't even keep up. Sounds like crime. Someone should report him to the law. Me? I'm just saying what I think. How is it crime saying what I think? But when they're literally pushing a company that's filed an AK saying they're about to extinguish shares, they can say that. It's no problem, right? Like, it's actually crazy. It's actually crazy. And again, I was saying this at the start of the stream, but I kind of want to quickly touch on it again. I feel like it's just playing into the fact there's so many individuals out there that are struggling financially, monetarily frustrated, right? And that goes beyond the stock market and the functionality of the stock market. It's like people start to understand that. And then on top of it, they're frustrated because of all the different things that are going on in the world, right? Like in terms of the economics as a whole, just prices going higher, right? Like just the general frustration. It's like that is like kind of all swirled up into this idea of fighting back against the short sellers. And it's this super mega plan for Ryan Cohen to save the day. Like it's like taking all the little pieces of things people are frustrated about, people like Ryan Cohen, people want to fight back against the short sellers, right? And you put it all together into this package that is, oh, BBYQ, it's this crazy, crazy thing, right? And like that's just how I see it. That's just how I see it. You better have a damn good explanation. Poldy doesn't need to justify anything to anyone. He supports the show because he's vibing with the energy and community. Simple as that. Also, I hope you have a good appetite here soon. That's a lot of words you're going to be eating. Job, I'm starving, bro. I'm starving. Give me the food. I'm ready to eat my words, right? Prove me wrong. I'm ready to eat my words. He didn't fly them out. They went on their own dime, which the community helped get them there. Everyone is super jacked that Pulte would even acknowledge the show. Yeah, people donated for a chance to meet him for sure and support the show. He said it was all speculative and opinion. All right, and what I'm saying is speculative and opinion too, right? You can disagree. That's fine. But I think it's not necessarily the hill you want to die on, so to speak, right? So, oh my God, but this was my initial post when I saw it. Like I just had it saved and I'm like, okay, this is worth doing. And like this is when I heard it. I'm like, this is crazy. It's actually crazy. And then also, yeah, again, Morantz explained this all to him. Like, explained a lot of interesting stuff to Pulte, right? Go watch this video. And this is prior to him getting in touch with the crowd that is PP Show. So I just find that interesting, right? It's just like, what are your real intentions? Like, it seems like you just want to grift. And if that's what you want to do, so be it. But, you know, if you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen. Like, I can take the heat right now. I'm ready to get crap. I'm ready for the BBYQ people to attack me. But you have to be able to be counterpunched, right? If you want to go make all these bold claims, Pulte, and you want to stand behind, or you don't even make necessarily any claims, but you want to stand behind a show that is making extremely bold claims, then you got to be ready for the heat. That's all I'm saying. And again, it's very interesting. He does this after everything that Morantz explains to him, right? Crazy. Let's see. He got instant credibility from the community. Adam married in May 2020, 20 million 2020, which is over double his pay in 2019. Crazy. Fitzy the GOAT? For real, Dilly, he is. Fitzy's my boy. Sarah, I agree. They squeezed what they could out of the stock, dumped it, stock split, now reverse split. What a joke. Exactly, Lena. It's an absolute joke. Ashad, I was just watching the Twitter post. That was crazy and getting the adrenaline just listening. Yeah, man. I mean, I definitely kicked the hornet's nest, that's for sure. Games, collectibles, and toys are huge markets for GameStop is going to do great. I personally think so, Uranium. I absolutely personally think so. I would love to go buy a Bed Bath & Beyond shirt, but kind of bankrupt. Great hoodies and t-shirts too. Yeah, honestly, Lena, I would love to see them launch more merchandise, but we'll see, right? If that's something that's coming down the horizon. AA is a criminal. He fanned the flame and walked investments to this idea that's something that was going to happen. Hashtag pounce. Hashtag choke on that. Hashtag let them eat crow. Get the fuck out. He's a con man. Couldn't agree more, Dilly. Couldn't agree more. And that's the craziest part too. Nobody ever gets in trouble, right? And even when someone gets in trouble, like the recent Citadel thing, it's just a slap on the wrist. Hey, don't do that again. Like, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And that's why I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to say something as I see it. Right? And this is a funny one too. He literally pulled over to have a meltdown in his mom's minivan. It's a Toyota, what is it? Toyota Highlander. It's not my mom's minivan. It's a Highlander. Come on now, get your facts straight. But again, Salvatore, like this is what I have to laugh at. Like this is what I wanted to show before. Whatever happens to BBBYQ this week, we're still here. No risk, no reward. We'll see about that. And only the young, blah, blah, blah. He said if he's wrong, he'll eat his word. It looks like his diet already consists of words. All right, Salvatore. I can't wait to see what you will say after things don't go as planned. Right? And again, I'll admit if I'm wrong. So be it. And let's see what else people responded to here. 5 days. At Tetron Invest, extinguish. Warning. Puppet alert. Just say it as I see it. Is this the guy who messaged the chat and called at Pulte a grifter? Maybe. Blah, blah, blah. Well, I guess we'll see who's right and who's leaving their Twitters in about 7 days or less. I'll be here. I can guarantee you that. I will absolutely be here. There's no doubt about that. What a dork. More personal insults class. Incel vibes. Yurik. I live rent free in your head. Dude, I'm bullish, but that show was freaking fucked. He said it, not me. Every Doge has his day. That probably is what he looks like. The McDonald's clown. Oh my gosh. I literally will. I try to like it just to troll him. No, I mean, again, I kicked the hornet's nest, and so be it, right? I knew what I was doing going into it, but I gotta laugh. Slide the BBYQ crowd over to his PHM and is his endgame. I think you're 100% right, Fitzy. Fitzy was my boy first. Damn, Dilly, I'm jealous because Fitzy reached out to me and he's a great guy. Shout out to you, Fitzy. System is rigged. They're all friends and line each other's pockets. It may appear that way, JP. It very much appears that way right now. But it's crazy how fast these notifications are coming in. Oh my goodness. Yes, I can clearly see now the agenda is real. Pulte's trying to get that cult following for PHM. The grift's real. Beware of false prophets. Do your own research. Is the pivot PP show needed before the impending doom of BBBY? It makes sense, right? It makes sense. Let's see what else we got here. Pop it alert. I would tune into. See, already he's reposting it. You have to repost your own thing, Salvatore. What's going on there? Oh my god. What a day. What a day. Should be a fun stream. It's definitely a fun stream right now. I can't go too long tonight, but and then I'm going to retweet this because I want this at the top of my feed. Just so everybody can see it. When you're looking on my page, what's going on with this guy? Who is this Tetron guy? You can see that right there. And then also, you can see some facts about GameStop, right? So here I have just ideas of how they can, quote unquote, fight the shorts, right? Fight back against the shorts. Achieving profitability opens the door to delivering shareholder value through initiatives such as share repurchases, dividends, acquisitions, improving the core business, expansion to new segments of business. So, expanding the product base, GameStop player, all these different things, right? But in executing on them, right? If they don't execute, none of it matters, right? And I think the company will continue to be attacked. And the market mechanics are not just going to be fixed overnight. So I think the best way a company can fight back against short sellers is to deliver shareholder value. An example I'd given a lot of times in the past is a company called Dillard's, where from what I understand and in doing my research, I found that they directly registered a lot of shares. Dillard is actually a family-run company. A lot of the executives, you look at the name, last name is Dillard. So with that being the case, they're like, okay, well, we're going to repurchase some shares, which they've done consistently over time. They did special one-time dividends because if you're shorting the stock, you have to pay the dividend, which, by the way, in the long term, if GameStop does dividends, that sucks if you're shorting the stock, just putting it out there. And as you can see, their volume is very, very limited, right? Like it trades very choppy, just such limited volume because there's just not a lot of shares being exchanged and there's a lot of insider ownership. And, I'm not saying, oh, go buy DDDS. It's an X play, right? I'm just giving you an example of a company who is able to really drive the share price up without doing anything major, from what I understand, just by simply executing on things such as directly registering shares, repurchasing shares, one-time dividends, just shareholder value initiatives, right? And you saw the move it's made, and it hasn't really come back down since. And just one example, right? And Tesla's another example of a company that fought the shorts, right? For a long time, they dealt with a lot of noise, a lot of short sellers, like Elon kind of mentioned it, and eventually, right? Its share price greatly appreciated. So for a long time, it didn't do anything, right? For years and years and years, it didn't do anything. And then all of a sudden, it was consistently rising, right? So there's examples of it. And it's not always just going to be, a simple path forwards. And I'm okay with that in being in GameStop, right? But in the situation that is Bed Bath & Beyond, to push this idea of a triple super quadra mega merger, it's just crazy. And to be just encouraging a grifter to further grift, crazy. It's actually crazy what's going on. But let's see. The system's rigged. They're all friends to his pockets. Pulte even told PP to move to other stocks. Bird Bear, thanks for being here. Hope you're doing well. Everyone link it in the chat. Love to see it. Somewhere out there, Keith Gill is laughing and smiling, gives me warm fuzzies. I like that idea, Uranium. I think you're absolutely right. I love that he went silent. I think it was the best thing for him as an individual with all the noise he had to deal with. I'm sure he just was like, you know what? I'm gonna just let this ride at this point. And I think it kind of like makes it even more epic, to be honest, or it's just even better. Okay. Only legends up in this chat. Keep fighting the good fight. I support everything Dill related. Dilly, thanks for being here for real. Should really look at buying GME. Rumor has it they're going on a buying spree. Not financial advice. Citizen, you said it, not me. But yeah, no, I mean it's I just can't believe. Like I genuinely cannot believe that this has gone this far with Bed Bath and Beyond, right? Like I've really tried not to say anything about it for a long time, but it just frustrates me the way it's being pushed as the same play. It's the same battle. The communities need to unite. No, it's individuals who like a certain stock and just see a certain thing going on with the company when it comes to GameStop. With Bed Bath and Beyond, it's like you're just hoping on a dream, right? That this super mega triple quadra merger somehow happens. And if that's what you want to do with your money, fine, right? You can do that. So be it. But I'm just saying, you're not investing for fundamentals when it comes to Bed Bath & Beyond. You're strictly taking a gamble. And why do you think brokerages at this point aren't even letting people buy shares? Again, something that's reverse engineered. Oh, they don't even want people to buy shares at this point. That's how we know we're going to explode. Crazy. Absolute craziness. Feels like March of 21 when they said it's over and my shares went from 40 to 300. LOL. It's over, they said. Keith Gill wasn't a fan of dumb money. Or Kevin Gill. Yes, Citizen, I saw that. Because Pete Davidson, from what I understand, yes, no, I do know this. Pete Davidson, it plays Kevin Gill, and Kevin Gill like puts on his Instagram story, basically saying like, "I'm not this, I'm not that." Like they completely misportrayed him in it, and like I understand it's a comedy and a little bit of Hollywood, but Kevin Gill's probably like, "Bruh, like why am I being portrayed like this? I've never even like made videos or anything." So like I could definitely see why he's annoyed. Like he's kind of got caught in the crossfire of all the nonsense. But let's see if we got anything else juicy coming in right now. And then, honestly, all this just inspires me to like write more information about GameStop, share more of my. Oh, we have a DM. Should I open that? I don't know if I want to open that just right on here. Let me open it on here first on my laptop. Let's see. Chad Mojo says, "Come chat, or are you scared?" See, like I just don't want to go on and on about this, right? Like I've said what I need to say. It doesn't need to be like all this and all that, right? Like, come chat, or are you scared? I'm not scared. Like, there's just nothing to say. Like, I've already said what I think. I don't feel like debating nonsense and wasting my time, so I'm just gonna pass. If you only spend 2 minutes, is it really worth being called doing due diligence? What does that mean? The cockroach. 100%. It's already delisted, about to be canceled. It takes 2 minutes to read the last 8K. 2 minutes of due diligence to know exactly what's going on. Couldn't agree more, Platinum. Could not agree more. And, Chad Mojo, if you're here right now, sorry, but I just don't feel like discussing, right? And again, I'll admit if I'm wrong. I have no problem doing that, right? I have no problem admitting if I'm wrong. I'm just calling it as I see it. Simply calling as I see it. Dilly, appreciate the comment. Thank you. Drop a like. But man, and anybody that normally watches me knows like I'm a little bit out of my element here, but like just this really had my blood boiling today. Like, because I just think there's innocent people that are being absolutely misled, and like that's really what's frustrating me. The company has no preferred shares or outstanding and has 782 million shares of common stock issued and outstanding as of July 20th, 2023. On the effective date of the plan, all these shares will be canceled, released, and extinguished and will be of no further force or effect pursuant to the plan. That's all I'm saying. That's what the 8K says. It's previously disclosed on April 23rd, 2023. Bed Bath & Beyond and certain of its direct and indirect subsidiaries filed voluntary petitions, Chapter 11 cases, under Chapter 11 of the U.S. Bankruptcy Code. The Bankruptcy Code in the U.S. Bankruptcy Court for the District of New Jersey Bankruptcy Court. On September 14, 2023, the Bankruptcy Court entered its order, the quote-unquote confirmation order, confirming the second amended joint Chapter 11 plan of Bed Bath & Beyond and its debtor affiliates, the quote-unquote plan. A copy of the confirmed plan is filed as Exhibit 2.1 to this Form 8K. This Form 8K and incorporated by reference into this item 1.03. Summary of plan. This summary is qualified in its entirety by referencing to the plan and its capital terms used but not defined in the following summary shall be the meanings ascribed to them in the plan. The plan, as confirmed by the court, contemplates totally butchering this, among other things, an orderly wind down and liquidation of the company parties' businesses and the vesting of the assets of the company parties' bankruptcy estates with the wind down debtors. And by the way, when a company goes bankrupt, the debt holders, very generally speaking, like, and this is very common knowledge, that the bondholders get paid before the stockholders in a bankruptcy situation. And Bed Bath & Beyond has a ton of bonds going into the bankruptcy, right? Just want to throw that out there. In the company's most recent monthly operating reports filed with the bankruptcy court on August 21st, 2023, the company reported aggregated total assets of approximately $42.4 million and total liabilities of approximately $1.503.6 million. So $1.5 billion of total liabilities versus $42.4 million of assets. This financial information has not been audited or reviewed by the company's independent registered public accounting firm and may be subject to future reconciliation or adjustments. This information should not be viewed as indicative of future results. The company has no preferred shares issued or outstanding and has 782 million shares of common stock issued and outstanding as of July 20th, 2023. On the effective date of the plan, all these shares will be canceled, released, and extinguished and will be of no further force or effect pursuant to the plan. Company anticipates the plan will be effective on or about September 30th. We'll see, right? We'll see. We'll see if anyone else is going to hop in my DMs too and be like, oh, come debate. Like, there's nothing for me to debate. Like, I've said what I believe. I'll admit when I'm wrong. Now, all of you other individuals out there that are for Bed Bath & Beyond, admit when you're wrong, if you're wrong, right? If you're so confident that you're not going to be wrong, then you should say, okay, I will admit if I am. Because that's what I'm saying. I'm personally confident that the information's in front of me. I've read the filing. I see the big picture, and I see it all as a bunch of baloney. And that's why I just don't understand why Pulte wants to get behind the PP show. If he wants to just do it for fun and games, that's fine. But when you're behind a company that's has people just blind, like behind a show that's pushing the idea of blindly putting your money into something because it's the next big thing, it's the best thing since fire, and the shares are about to literally be removed from the market, like I feel like you're just morally not doing the right thing, right? It just annoys me. It just annoys me. But it's crazy because, yeah, it's like you never know who to trust in this world, right? You don't truly ever know who to trust. And that's what I'm learning with this whole game that is YouTube and Twitter. And, like, I'm just riding the waves. And, you know, sometimes you need a little controversy to really kickstart you a little bit. So bring it on, baby. Bring it on. And again, I will admit if I'm wrong. Like, there's going to be so many clips of me saying, like, I'll admit I'm wrong. Because I will. I will if it happens. Like, I'm not a grifter, right? Like, I don't have any incentive to tell you right now what I'm telling. Like, I'm just saying it because it's what I believe and what I'm seeing in the big picture. I've never once asked anybody to donate or do anything, right? Like, I'm just sharing what I think. I get minuscule ad revenue from YouTube. I'm not a grifter, so I have no incentive to even kick the hornet's nest. I just was like, okay, enough. This is just crazy. Like, I want to say what I think because I think this is absolute craziness going on. And yeah, maybe I was wrong, right? First, I admit I was wrong. Maybe all the PP show guys went out there on their own, right? They used their own money. Okay, but that doesn't make it any better. That doesn't make the situation any better, right? So, and I don't think it makes Pulte any better for wanting to align with them. Again, because Morantz explained to him so much of what's truly going on. He provided with some really, really interesting information. And if you want to know what I mean, go watch the video Morantz put out in conversating with him. And then after that, he decides to go on the PP show. To me, that's just a grift opportunity. You see a group of individuals that are blindly following something, and you go, well, I love them to blindly follow me into Pulte Homes next, right? Because that's the family name company. And it's crazy. I think it's truly crazy, to be honest with you. Let's see. Absolutely love this juice. Where can I donate? Chad Mojo, I'm good, bro. I don't need any donations. Thank you, though. I appreciate it. All good. All right, respect, Chad. All good. No worries. Hold on, I gotta get back in the chat right here. Damn, I can't even keep up. Pulte even told PP to move to other stocks. Oh, yeah, everyone's saying hello, hello. Feels like March 2021. All good. Those spaces are worthless. Defunct Valley's a genius, smart money. Absolutely love these streams. Keep it up, Tetron. JP, thank you. Where can I donate? I'm all good, Chad. I'm all good. As for me, I like the stock. Jay, same here. Chad Mojo trolls Elitist for a 7-cent bankrupt penny stock. Pretends to be us, but trolls. He should show his face, but he never would. He's an damn Jerry Diamond just cooking for no reason. Not for no reason, but what is there to actually debate? Exactly, Fitzy. Citizen is a plan too. Citizen, Hachi, Chad Mojo all kiss each other on the mouth. Dilution help shorts. BBBYQ diluted 900% shorts. One on BBY. Yeah, it's all crazy. The movie was nice. Gives holders more hopium and FUD, in my honest opinion. Almo, thanks for popping in. Good to see you. GME insiders buying bullish. Exactly, uranium. Exactly. It's incredibly bullish. PP's a jackass. You said it, Almo, not me. It's impossible for you to be wrong. 1.8 billion debt and 90% dilution. Short squeezes is impossible after 90% dilution. Impossible for you to be wrong. Pulte's using PP for PHM promo. Pulte Holmes. Yeah, it's starting to look like that, unfortunately. Dumb money. This is just the beginning of the origin story. Absolutely right, Jay. I think you're absolutely right. And the idea that there's been so many movies about GameStop, it's like trying to push the idea of it's over, right? Like this is it. That's it. Like it was a story, right? And the story's done, right? The final chapter's in the books. But it's not. It's truly not, right? And I still have to see Dub Money, so I don't know if they allude to things still going on. Apparently they do in some way, but from what I was reading, they barely even mentioned Ryan Cohen. It's like, how do you barely mention Ryan Cohen? That's a huge part of things. So I'll have to go see for myself. But also, part of me doesn't even want to support it in any way if it's not truly telling the story. I might just want it to come out, right? So Dumb money. This is just the beginning story. Easy to manipulate them. Yeah. Wandering Ingil. Yeah. Honestly, that's what I'm starting to think. Like, just manipulate right into supporting something else and like just getting people to put their money somewhere else. And that's why it's frustrating me as the grift that I see it to be. Watch Ryan Cohen Form 4 tomorrow. Jay, that would be like the fucking icing on the cake to this whole day, right? If I wake up to a Form 4 tomorrow from Ryan Cohen, that'd be awesome. Don't let Chad Mojo troll you. He can't donate. He's broke as fuck. Yeah, it's all good. PP and Co. That is. Have you seen the Curaverse Telos partnership? I did, Bird Bear. I was honestly a little bit curious about that. I was like, so why would GameStop have to not work with Telos? But then it also kind of makes sense why now on the GameStop player website it still says like build on Telos, like they never took away that bar. So I'm still trying to wrap my head around that. I haven't had a chance to really find any like concrete information in the sense like something to like completely speak on. But in look at it, I'm like, okay, so why did they potentially need to not work with Telos so that Immutable could, or not Immutable, Curaverse can, and who was it also that's partnered with Telos? Not Cure. Well, Curaverse is partnered with Immutable, and then Immutable's partnered with. No, yeah. See, I have to review everything before I like fully speak on it because I'm blanking out on the spot here. But I do wonder what it's going to mean exactly, and I feel like it is potentially something big coming up. I mean, but I think it's just a big part of everything, and we'll have to see more, right? As it actually launches, like I'm very, very curious what the platform is going to look like. And the more and more I think about it, the more and more I see just little bits of information coming out, it makes me think like games like Curiverse are going to come out and, it's just going to be about the game and the underlying aspect will be Web3, but it's not going to be a situation where it's like, oh yeah, you just have like this NFT in your wallet, right? Like it's going to be seen as an asset that's truly yours, but I think it's going to be simple to access it as your own asset, right? And by the way, if you still have your GameStop wallet, keep in mind that is winding down over the next month or two, so you do want to make sure you get your seed phrase and get it somewhere else. Ryan Cohen mentioned in name only once in the entire movie. Absolutely ridiculous, Almo. Absolutely ridiculous. That's crazy. And Elixir, that's what it was, Bird Bear. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, so I know they're definitely working with Elixir. Yeah, that's definitely something I got to start to look at more because it's on the horizon, right? Like GameStop Player is coming relatively soon, right? And I feel like we've maybe kind of saying that for a long time, but like anything else GameStop's done, I think it's just going to launch out of nowhere. It's just going to be, oh, it's here. And Will the NFT marketplace tie into it in some way? Potentially. I would really just like to see a way overall with the platform where individuals can truly own their own assets and you have Web3 functionality, but you have like a Web2 interface, right? Like, so anybody just going to use the platform doesn't have to truly know and fully understand the idea of owning your own assets. They can just go ahead, get involved, and then simply play the game, simply access the items, and then really just go from there. But that's just my opinion. Chilling, straight chilling. Yes, sir. Scott, Elmo, you're. But yeah, man, this is quite the day for me on Twitter. That's for sure. Let's see what else we got. Go to sleep, chump. All right, let's see. Some useless screenshot that's circled. Let's see. Ryan LLC, agent for GameStop. P.O. Box and Scott. But what does that mean? What does that have to do with anything? The appraisal value? ADP, Ryan LLC. Yeah, but that's not Ryan Cohen. I don't even see this. Okie dokie. Next, let's see what else we got. Salty? No, just saying my opinion. Just the same way everyone's saying, well, Pulte's just saying what he thinks. PP's just saying what he thinks. I'm just saying what I think. It's that simple, right? Like, it's that simple. I'm a GME elitist. And it doesn't mean I'm never going to look at another stock, right? Such as Pepsi or this or that, right? Like, just various different names. But there's bankrupt versus not bankrupt. To me, that's very different. Like, if you believe in GME and you feel another stock is right, it's go to. Why is it pissing you off that much we all win in the end eventually? Or anyway. Because that's not how it works, right? Like, this isn't a game of we need enough people on the right side and then, yay, we're on the right side of history. No. It comes down to the company executing. If GameStop executes, it's just going to straight up suck to be shorting them. And it's going to hurt, right? And that's for any company out there. If you want to go aggressively short a company and that company decides to start repurchasing shares, getting involved in new segments of business, continuing to improve their margins, it's really difficult to short them, right? If they're just continuing to stack cash and they eventually, maybe start doing dividends, all these different things. Then if you're short the stock, you're on the hook for the dividend. So all these different things start to come into play if the company just focuses on delivering shareholder value. Like, that's really what it comes down to. Most people can get it done in 2 minutes. You just got to concentrate on the DDs. Exactly. Reverse draw for Una. We're very glad that you don't. Oh man, I can't believe how much this blew up though. I was like, okay, I don't think this will do that well. Like, honestly, I thought it would do pretty well. But to have this many views already in like just a couple hours, it's kind of crazy. And like, I'm sure these people bookmarked it so they could be like, oh, we're going to come back and show him. But listen, again, I'll admit when I'm wrong if I'm supposedly wrong on this super triple quadra mega merger that's supposed to happen, right? But I don't think anybody else out there will admit when they're wrong. That's so extremely bullish, right? And we'll see, right? We'll see. It's all talk, right? Talk is cheap. It takes money to buy whiskey. We'll see what actually happens over the next week or so, right? It's only Monday. It's only Monday. We got a long week ahead. But, I mean, obviously this is not the best piece of evidence, but, the market's pricing in. Things ain't going to work out so well. I mean, the stock's literally down 21% today, near its all-time low. And again, literally, I don't know. I'm like a broken record at this point. Like, sold off to Bed Bath & Beyond name to Overstock. Sold off Bye Bye Baby to Dream On Me. All you have left is literally this shell that is an OTC company. Like, what is the play here? Unless you're just truly hoping for an absolute miracle. And like, that's the thing. I think there's a lot of people that genuinely are seeing like this as like there's this crazy thing, like they've had enough, they've really done it this time, right? The shorts, we got to get back at them. But no, it comes down to the company executing, and in doing that, it starts to burn short sellers. And how can BBBYQ execute if they're bankrupt and their assets are pretty much worthless at this point, right? And in the docket here, what I just read, 42 point, like just this summary right here says it all. 42.4 million of total liabilities and 1.5 billion, 42.4 million of assets and 1.5 billion of liabilities. Man. And on top of it, to shift off this a little bit, because I feel like, I'm just beating a dead horse here at this point, but I want to just quickly touch on, and I don't know why, guys. Why does my nose always get itchy when I stream? Like the bridge of my nose. Like, is it like the way I'm talking or the headset? Like, I don't know what it is. But, oh my goodness. And what I just wanted to show was just some various stuff. So just the debt outstanding, right? So just from the Fed website. Let's hit the chat again. Oh, got it. Damn, I can't even keep up today. Elixir, everyone said hello. Hey chat, hey Tetron, Platinum, thanks for popping in. Quite the day, huh? Steam revenue topped 10 billion in 2022. Even just a small chunk of that will be huge for GME. You're absolutely right, Birdbear. You're absolutely right. LOL, subplat, hey. LOL, useless circles. Exactly, Platinum. It's crazy. It's absolute craziness going on. Tetron, gotta run, but look forward to more content. JP, have a good night, man. Thanks for being here. Much appreciated. I want to say hello. Tetron GameStop's going to be fine. We did a discounted cash flow analysis of a company of our choice in class. I picked GME. They ranked higher than Amazon on most metrics. Cash flow, DCF. You see Kazbalev meeting Jim Cramer laughing my ass off? Yes, Ryan, I did. And Cramer's just like, okay, like I'm going to go with it. Like, as much as I am not a Kramer guy, right? And like, he's full of baloney himself. He doesn't deserve people coming up to him and like you harass, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, there's a line, right? And like, kind of crossing the line with that. You don't need to keep doing it. Like, it's kind of the same with like the Victor from California thing. Like, that's more funny, and like we're kind of discussing before, seems suspicious in hindsight. But to have him like literally go up to him and do that, it's like, bro, what are you doing? And like, why are you like, I don't know, whatever. But everyone can do what they want as an individual, right? It's the free world. Everyone's saying hello. Kazi grifted that blew his kid's college fund betting on a bankrupt company. Then he asked for handouts to cover his support. Yeah. Oh, man. Tell him, Tetron. I was hoping for a miracle, but that would have been during the auctions. Yeah, exactly, Platinum. It's like, that's the thing, too. People are like, oh, you want this company to go bankrupt? I'm like, no, again, I'm just calling it as it is, right? I'm literally just calling it how I see it. And for total debt outstanding, right? Or national accounts, federal debt, total public debt. Where do we get the by day? If you just see 1 year, but literally look how much it's gone up just over 1 quarter. We're starting to see a relatively large rise. And in looking at the debt by day, which I thought I had on here, but interest as a percentage of GDP is going up as well. But I guess it's a different website. I don't feel like pulling it up now. But I looked before, and over the last 90 days, and this was something I tweeted out before prior to kicking the hornet's nest, so it probably got buried with everything here. But honestly, I feel like, I gained more followers than I lost from that tweet, so that's kind of some general information that I kind of see it as like, okay, I think I know how I feel. I think how the average person feels here, I understand. And also, like, a lot of the comments are all negative, but like those that agree with me don't feel the need to comment, kind of thing, and whatever. But United States total public debt outstanding has increased by 1 trillion in just the last 90 days alone. So the last recorded date when I looked before was exactly like $33.1 trillion. And if you look exactly 3 months ago, it was 32.1 trillion. That's an insane rise over a short period. And this is really just a snowball effect. If they continue to raise rates, like, the money supply is going to continue to increase. And what I've been telling a lot of people lately is acquire assets, right? Like, whether you like Bitcoin, gold, GameStop, a cash flow stock of some kind, like just a dividend playing stock that's hopefully potentially inflation proof, right? But I've been just telling people as a whole in my life, like, get into acquiring assets. Look into the idea of acquiring assets. I'm not going to tell you what to acquire, but understand that your dollar is being devalued at a rapid rate and an increasing rate as this debt spiral continues, right? And it's alarming because it's like, how do you get out of it once it gets to a certain point where it's pretty bad, right? And that keeps me up at night. Honestly, it really does sometimes. But regardless, I think in seeing the amount of dollars in existence just continuously increase, that creates the need to own assets, right? And I think every average individual out there needs to understand what's going on with our money outstanding. And also, demand for treasuries is not that high. And how do you pay off debt when it's just increasing and increasing and you can't afford to pay the old debt? You issue new debt. So you have to issue new debt at higher and higher rates. So essentially, the Fed is going to flood the market with supply of treasuries, and there's such limited demand. And if your supply is not even bought up, then what do you have to do? Raise rates. And just the last Fed meeting, they were literally saying, hey, actually, yeah, we're probably going to raise rates one more time before the end of this year. And by the way, we're probably not really going to cut rates in 2024. After previously they were saying, yep, we're done raising rates and we'll probably start cutting rates in 2024. The market was kind of pricing it in, and that's why you saw the market kind of start to get negative again, where it's like, wait, that, that's not priced in anymore. We don't know exactly what's going to happen. I mean, that's generally speaking, but it just seems like the Fed keeps moving the goalposts, right? And as problems persist, they kind of have no choice but to continue to do that. But also, the Fed is saying, like, we're no matter what, like, we're gonna curb inflation, so we're gonna keep raising rates. But it creates a huge money supply issue, right? So, all just food for thought. Everything I'm sharing, this whole stream is just food for thought, but especially this year. So crazy. Kramer said GME balance sheet is fabulous. I'm shocked, Uranium. Out of school soon though. Then might consult for the Fed or some hedge funds / market makers. Yes, I'm going that direction so I can take their money and buy GME with it. Scott, respect, man. That's hilarious. That's awesome. Inverse the inverse. I like it. I'm waiting to acquire a house, son. Albert, hope you're doing well. Yeah, that's another asset, right? And that's another asset that's becoming increasingly difficult to own, right? And yeah, real estate is a great asset to own, right? Because there's always going to be like property, right? And there's only so much land. It's just at the most bare level, like if you think about it. And obviously, you need to do your research about the real estate market and the particular real estate investment you're going to make. And I'm by no means a real estate expert, but I'm saying in general, right? Historically, real estate's been a good long-term cash flow producing asset if you're renting it out, right? So if you're buying a house, maybe you can rent out the upstairs, at least that's some cash flow coming in. Or even just, having your own house. Obviously, like, it's part of living, and like, a lot of people do want that. They don't necessarily want to rent. But, the way the interest rates are rising, it's like, wow, it's becoming very, very difficult for anybody to take on a mortgage these days. And it's crazy. It's actually crazy. But yeah, ultimately, assets are just so important right now. Oh man, let's see. 20 plus notifications again. This stream, we're just getting all the things. I'm an AMC bag holder and also a GME bag holder. Will I sell my AMC? No, I'm just retired that way. I'm not selling on principle. I do hold a majority of GME. I know it's much better position. Finally, I'm still holding for 81 years because I know it's time's up. All right, Derek. I mean, respect. You're saying you're going to do what you're going to do, so I got to respect that. But, honestly, I think personally you're in much, much better shape with GameStop than AMC. But of course, that's just my opinion. The secret stalking horse. Yes, the triple quadra super swega merger, right? Yeah, hilarious. Badass trader. Love to see it, man. But let's see. Yep, I think well said. We got Morantz in here, my guy at GameStop Echo. GME Elitest and proud. Absolutely. Oh man, what a fun video. What a fun day. But I think I'll pretty much wrap it up there. We'll go into GameStop on the next stream. There's always more to look into, right, with GameStop. And we'll keep an eye on the federal debt. I think it's going to be an ongoing issue and an ongoing discussion. And, player very much could be coming this quarter, right? Not necessarily, not guaranteed. It'll come when it comes, but it seems like it's coming relatively soon, and we're just seeing little bits of information pop up here and there from these other different companies, right? With Telos, Elixir, Kierverse, some different games. I saw another game saying like, oh yeah, we're going to be on the GameStop player platform, and I was like, hey, wait, let me check that out. So got to start piecing that together more too, and that's definitely something I want to talk about on the stream, just highlighting, what might be happening with GameStop player, because like I was saying before, and just looking at how GameStop's done previously, they're not going to say like, oh, it's launching in the state. They're probably just going to be like, here it is. out of nowhere. So that's just how they've done things. I think that's how they'll continue to do things. But I'll just keep riding this wave. I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. This isn't the usual Tetron. Usually I'm pretty chill, just calling things how I see it. But today I was like, no. I know I'm kicking the hornet's nest here, but I need to call this as I see it. And it's baloney to be, if you're Pulte, like, yes, I think it's great that he gives away money, but to encourage or to align yourself with the PP show, it's like, why would you want to do that unless you're so certain that this triple quadra super mega merger is going to happen? And I personally just don't see it. So I'm like, okay, the only other reason you would do that then is if you're looking to grift and just get people behind you and everything you're trying to do and just your own interest, right? And then telling people donate $500 to PP Seeds, who himself is just a grifter and has just tried to hop on any quick play and the next big name countless times previously, right? If you look at his Reddit history, AMC to 1,000, this to that, OMG, we're going to the moon. Like, just evidently, he's only tried to just catch the next big thing, right? And people are saying I'm jealous. That's what some people are saying on Twitter. I'm not. I could not sleep at night if I was a grifter, right? So it is what it is, right? It's just another chapter in the saga, and it's quite a unique time, that's for sure. We got a party in chat. That's right. Oh, we got to hold on. I'll hit all the chat real quick. I've been better. Oh, let's see. Kramer said GME balance sheet's fabulous. That was shocking. Now is a bad time to buy houses. A good time to buy desirable land. Makes sense, Scott. Makes sense. No dollars, only FRNs, receipt of IOUs. House still losing value for the near future. Looking to 2025, 2027 for housing market cycles, man. Cycles. Gotcha, Scott. Yeah, no, before I get into the housing market, I will absolutely be doing a lot of research. That is absolutely for certain. Because, something I do want to do one day is called like house hacking, where you buy a house where you have like the upstairs and the downstairs that can be rented out, and then you live in the middle part, and you're collecting rent, and at the same time, you're fixing up the house, trying to raise the property value, and then you could flip it, right? And then, or I could go buy the next property and then rent out all three sections of that house, and I've raised the property value. And I started to understand things little by little, and like that's my general, just quick understanding of things. But I'm gonna do a lot more research before I get into housing, that's for sure. But that's kind of something that's out there a little bit for me personally. Soon, yeah, exactly. Uranium, right? Who says 81 years? That's not even a typo or a fat finger mistake. Holiday season, yes, sir. Platinum, are you making / selling NFT art? Agreed. People are going to lose money. Exactly, Platinum. Oh, I make it, but never sold it. Nice, nice. That's the way. As long as you're still making it, that's what's important. Yep. You think Elon would go to jail if he said buy Tesla stock and not financial advice? Um, Possibly, Albert. Yeah, I mean, look at the way they attacked him in the past for like Tesla going private at 420. Like, which at the same time, like, I do see that, but in hindsight, it's like, okay, the share price went way higher. It doesn't matter anymore. But yeah, so if he was attacked for that, it's like theoretically, right? You could be the same case with some BBY people, but cheers, Tetron, cheers. Uranium? Absolutely cheers. I kicked the hornet's nest today, but like I was saying before, I'm like Rocky in the ring. I'm just taking the hits and taking the hits, and it's like Bed Bath and Beyond, Bed Bath and Beyond, Bed Bath and Beyond. You're a GME elitist. You're a GME elitist, and I'm knocked down, right? Like Rocky and Rocky won when he's like, oh, and then it's like Mick is like my Morant. He's like, get up, Tetron, get up. Or no, he's saying in the movie. Oh, I'm saying it wrong. He's like saying like, stay down, stay down. So that wouldn't be Morant. So I guess that was a bad analogy, and I guess I don't know my Rocky that well, but just like Rocky out here, just taking the punches left and right, and like I'm chilling, chicken. I'm chilling. I'm the Italian stallion. But yeah, no. Tetron, the field you want to study is called series econometrics. Study a scientist named TSA from University of Chicago. Okay, Scott, I'm gonna look into that because honestly, really am still trying to figure out more of my career and like my long-term plan and just where I'm going with everything. And like, I love doing social media and like just talking GameStop, talking money, and like I like to talk sports too and just do all kinds of stuff like that maybe one day. But at the same time, just furthering myself. I understand like I have a long way to go with everything I'm doing, and I'm just so happy you guys are here for the start of this journey, right? So one day you'll be like, damn, this guy Tetron, like I've known him for a while. Like it's crazy he's out here. But yeah, I'm a GME Elitist Platinum, no doubt about it. Cheers, cheers. Cheers, Abe. Thanks for being here. Oh, White Rabbit. Hello, beautiful people. Thanks for hopping in, man. I'm sorry, I'm gonna wrap it up right now, but Dude, I think Morantz is Rocky's son. Look at his lips. Oh my gosh. But yeah, crazy times. You want to study math? Yeah, Scott, I think so. People said it to me like someone said to me like you should get into like investment banking. And I'm like, maybe, like I don't know, but like also it's just so hard because like now that I know everything I know, I'm like, I don't want to go like work for like these certain people. What the heck is this? A heat bit. Why did that just pop up on my screen? That was really weird. But okay. Um, very weird. Let's see. You want to study math? It sucks, but that's how you answer question. Thanks for the stream. Later, haters. Yes, sir, Scott. All right. Well, that'll be it for here. Pause this right here. Read the summary of the plan if you haven't ready. I read it before, but yes, sir. Get up, Tetron. Yes. Why did that come up though? Heat up, cash in. Interesting. But all right, it was a fun stream. It was a fun night for Twitter. I think we'll call it a night as a whole, and we'll see what the rest of the week brings. Right? Wednesday, I'm gonna try to get back on track. Just speak about GameStop. Stick with my bread and butter. But it's been a fun day, so I hope everyone has a good night.